One unchangeable aspect of the human experience that frequently occurs is intro-rejection. Goes hand in hand with pursuing dreams and objectives. Any kind of rejection, whether it be from a friend, co-worker, or romantic partner, is unpleasant. But instead of letting it be a deterrent, it can be used as a springboard for growth on both a personal and professional level. Today, we'll look at how to change the narrative around rejection, taking inspiration from the wise words of the great ancient philosopher Marcus Aurelius. If you're feeling ignored or underappreciated, it's time for a change. In this video, we'll share 10 useful lessons on transforming rejection into power. Is about transforming a no into a maybe later or even a yes later on. Consider it a hiccup in the journey rather than its conclusion. Power is about practical tactics for your everyday life, not theory. Before we begin, don't allow rejection bring you down. Instead, use it to strengthen yourself and increase your long-term success. Please take a time to click the like button so that you don't miss out on the insightful information that lies ahead. If you're prepared to turn rejection into triumph, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel to receive updates with empowering content, let's start. Lesson 1. Act as though they are invisible. If someone treats you as though you don't matter, don't let it get to you. Instead, be self-assured and demonstrate your value by ignoring their lack of concern. It's not about being narrow-minded. It's a powerful method to show your worth. If someone rejects you, don't worry. It's their problem. By being detached, you communicate that you deserve more, which is equivalent to holding up a mirror to subtly reflect their actions and highlight your strength. Concentrate on your happiness and life goals. Take part in activities that will help you. Joyful activities like reading, playing sports, learning new abilities, or spending time with people who value you are not about getting even. Rather, they are a creative method to focus your energies while acknowledging the hurt of being disregarded and using it as a chance to better yourself. Boost your self-esteem and ignore their lack of attention. Never forget that your worth is unaffected by what others may think. Remain loyal to yourself and let your deeds to speak louder than words. Break off for Lesson 2. Lesson 2. Terminate communication. Being silent isn't just about avoiding noise. It's also a good way to manage your emotions, particularly when you're being rejected. If you're being ignored or rejected, your first inclination might be to try to make amends by reaching out to close the distance. But here's an alternative. Accept the silence and give yourself a breather when you choose not to reply. This break is for you to reflect, not simply for other people. To keep in mind that your worth is not determined by what other people believe. This quiet time is more than just lounging. It's a deliberate and planned break during which you're not just waiting, but also thinking and improving. It's an opportunity to reflect on your life, your passions, and your goals once more. Consider the message you're sending with your silence in a world where people want prompt responses. Being quiet can be intriguing and appealing because it shows people that you're not easily irritated and that you have a busy life outside of this rejection. It's not about apologizing or pleading with them to return. Rather, it's about demonstrating your strength of character and resistance to outside influences. Lesson 3 demonstrates them. Lesson 3, show them wrong. When people doubt your abilities, it's not just about proving them wrong. It's also about realizing your own potential. Rather than looking to others for approval, use their skepticism as inspiration to get better. With committed study and practice, you can surpass your own expectations and develop confidence in your skills. Let your accomplishments, whether they include showcasing your ingenuity or dedication, speak for themselves, because deeds speak louder than words. Put more emphasis on personal development than dispelling skeptics, because as you change, everyone will see you differently, including yourself. It's not just about proving others wrong. It's also about finding your own path and, most excitingly, realizing that the only person whose opinion matters is yours. Showing people they're wrong isn't just about changing their perspective. It's also about boosting your own confidence as you concentrate on improving yourself. You'll dazzle others and discover a new, brighter version of yourself. Lesson 4. Regulate your emotions. Remain composed when you encounter rejection. It may be painful, and you may want to vent your feelings, but here's a tip from the ancient philosophers. When someone rejects you, Maintain your composure and fight the impulse to let your anger or despair control you. The ancient philosophy of Stoicism, which is still relevant today, offers an alternative. When ignored, react calmly and thoughtfully, rather than becoming irate or looking for validation. Take a moment to reflect on why it's troubling you. Often your own fears are the source of the pain, rather than the rejection itself. Remain realistic. If you're being ignored, don't worry. It's only a passing phase. Learning from Stoicism means concentrating on what you do, rather than what other people are doing. If you want to connect with someone, do it with genuine care and without expecting anything in return. Your value is not dependent on other people's approval of you. Rather, it is how you react, rather than how they treat you. By doing this, you demonstrate genuine toughness and strength, which is appealing. The fifth lesson is to demonstrate your worth. Rejection can be difficult, but it's also an opportunity to show your resilience. If you don't get chosen for anything or are passed over at work, don't be depressed. Instead, see it as a chance to show how strong you are. Use that energy to accomplish something constructive, like working on a project that showcases your skills or taking charge of a fresh concept. You have the chance to stand out even more just because someone didn't recognize you, which doesn't mean you're not valued. Recall the proverb, "When one door closes, another opens." Rejection does not indicate a lack of competence. Rather, it indicates that you should look for new chances. Learn from challenging circumstances, think back on them, and come out stronger. Rejection is not the end of your story. Rather, it is a twist that makes you a stronger, more genuine version of yourself. Face it with the wisdom you have acquired and the vigor of youth, and watch as it changes from your worst fear to a useful ally on your path to development and success. Lesson 6 forgot about Lesson 6. Ignore the problem it's causing. Adopting the practice of detachment makes rejection easier. Rather than ignoring the pain, transform it into a force for good. Accept the rejection. Feel it, but try not to let it take over your mind. Imagine yourself as a dedicated gardener who views rejection as an opportunity to foster fortitude and personal development, much like tending to a variety of plants in your garden. Transforming rejection entails a change in viewpoint, much like modifying your gardening methods to suit various weather conditions. Think of rejection as an opportunity to experiment with various plants and gardening techniques that will lead you to new avenues and fascinating opportunities. Take part in rejuvenating activities, similar to how a gardener trims, gives their plants water and attention. Embrace rejection as a necessary component of growth, where fortitude and cultivation lead to a successful existence. Surround yourself with a supportive community that shares ambitions and understands that rejection does not define fundamental worth. Step outside and have fun with Journey Lesson 7. Lesson 7. Embrace happiness and venture out. When we embrace happiness and leave behind what feels comfortable, life improves. While it's tempting to want to hide when things don't go our way, having fun is also about being stronger. Instead, get out and find activities that bring you joy. Taking up new interests or rekindling old passions becomes a declaration against the weight of rejection. Collaborating with others is incredibly important. Every time we laugh or tell stories together, hanging out with your friends and doing things like taking walks or doing art together makes you feel like you belong. It serves as a gentle reminder that we are a part of something greater, bound together by our ties and strength, and that failures do not define us. Accept uncertainty by venturing into novel situations. Try a variety of foods, go to new locations, or participate in workshops. These moments are not merely distractions, they are opportunities for us to develop personally. Every new encounter enhances who we are and makes us more adaptable and understanding. The objective is not to erase rejection, but to take its lessons and turn every no into a step toward a richer life lesson. 8th, improve your social lesson. 8. Expand your social network. In a world where you may think no one is paying attention to you, Stoicism teaches a valuable lesson. Instead than continuously looking for other people's praise, take rejection as a chance to improve yourself. It's not about trying to move up the social ladder. Rather, it's about moving forward in your own life. Activities like staying active, engaging in hobbies you enjoy, and developing your career aren't just chores you have to finish. They're ways to fortify yourself and grow more resilient when you share your experiences. Do it to build relationships with others who understand, not only to get applause. By volunteering and making new friends, you're creating lasting relationships in addition to expanding your list of accomplishments. This Stoic philosophy-based method of thinking is all about developing personally and having a positive influence on the world. It's not about becoming popular, but rather about becoming the best version of yourself and encouraging others to do the same. Changing the way you view things, like rejection, might encourage you to develop and motivate others to follow suit. In today's world, Lesson 9. Avoid begging for attention. Stoicism advises us to find strength within ourselves rather than always seeking approval from others, and to stop pleading for attention when we feel that no one is willing to listen. By pursuing our passions and spending time with people who value us, we can build a fulfilling life that reflects our inner contentment. It all comes down to knowing our own worth and feeling confident in ourselves, which means doing things that make us happy without looking for approval from others. Regardless of what other people think, this is about actively working on ourselves to be happier and more content. Rather than always pursuing attention, we should concentrate on our own personal development and get confidence from our own accomplishments. Even if others may not always appreciate our worth, Stoicism encourages us to embrace rejection as a chance to grow stronger. Lesson 10. Continue to struggle. Lesson 10. When someone gives you the silent treatment, keep your problems private. Even if it could hurt, Stoicism teaches us to maintain our composure. It's not about pretending to smile. It involves using our inner fortitude. Behaving as if it doesn't affect us is about displaying genuine strength, not being dishonest. Continue to live your life with the same vigor. This is to show off your strength, not for the benefit of others. This is about not allowing your feelings to control your behavior, not about ignoring them. Maintain your composure and confidence while focusing on your own actions, responses, and behavior. While keeping your difficulties hidden, you're remaining emotionally resilient and adopting Stoicism. It's about handling your emotions with dignity, not about burying them. This exhibits integrity and wisdom, verifying your stability in the face of external difficulties. Your response isn't just for other people's gain. It is evidence of your inner strength that we have experienced the highs and lows together. SS in reverse. In conclusion, psychology is learning 10 crucial principles about using rejection as a tool to help you succeed. It's your turn to implement these ideas into your daily routine. Rather than seeing rejection as a setback, see it as a chance for personal growth and discovery. Remember that every time someone says no to you, it's like a small bump on the road that makes you stronger and more resilient. It also gives you the chance to learn how to remain composed and strong even when things don't go your way. Remember to click the subscribe button because I'm eager to hear about your accomplishments. To let us know that you're persevering through difficult circumstances, switch on notifications and post a remark below. Tell us about your journey, your victories, your setbacks, everything. If you're struggling to find the right words, just put strength in adversity. Thank you, and I'll see you in the upcoming videos.